How you doing today, guys? Welcome back to another day of 8th grade math. This is Mr. Gomez, your favorite teacher in the whole world. And today we're going to be doing a review on total and lateral surface area of prisms and cylinder. So let's get right into it. All right, so question number one, we're going to have to compare different, in this one, we're going to looking for lateral surface area. And cylinders, it says the two cylinders have the same lateral surface area, and we have a formula for lateral surface area, and that is just going to be 2 pi RH, 2 pi RH, and that's gonna give me the lateral surface area for a cylinder. So all we have to do really is plug in those values in the calculator, and we're gonna put in, we have cylinder A, and this is good because they gave us the radius, and we need the radius. The other thing that we need is the height, which is the distance between the two bases. Okay? So for cylinder 1, all we have to do is to put 2 pi instead of the radius for the first one. What is the radius for the first one? 2. And the height for the first one is 7.5. When you put this on the calculator, you're gonna get 94, and we're gonna round to nearest, nearest tenth, 94.2 units squared. So that is the lateral surface area for the first cylinder. Now we're gonna do the same thing for cylinder B using the same formula. 2 pi. What's the radius for the second one? 3. And the height for the second one? 15. When we put this in the calculator, we put 3 and then we put 15. And the lateral surface area for this one is much bigger than the second one, than the first one. That's 282.7. So they're not the same. So it seems like it's either going to be A or C or B and C. So we have to try now the third one. So we're going to do 2 pi. What's the radius? 4.5. And what's the height? 10. So let's try that one. So my radius is 4.5 and then the height is 10. And we get 282.7. So cylinder what and what have the same surface area? B and C, they have the same surface area, so my answer is going to be B and C. Any questions on this one? Again, this is the lateral surface area formula, just the first part of the total surface area. Any questions? Number 2. We have a triangular prism and we're looking for the lateral surface area. We have a triangular prism and we're looking for the lateral surface area. Now, since this is a triangular prism, what shape is my base? Triangle. And I have a triangle right here and another one on the back. So I have 2 of them. All prisms have 2 bases. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is write the formula, and for the lateral surface area of a triangular prism or any prism, by that matter, is going to be lateral surface area is just perimeter of the base times the height of the prism. Perimeter of the base times the height of the prism. So what you have to do, anytime you have something like this, I want you to draw the base on the side, and we're going to label all the numbers that we need. So what is the bottom number that goes for the base only? 20. The left side? Left. 26. And now notice that 24 is the distance from the bottom to the top. So basically, the 24 goes right here. And that means that this might be an isosceles triangle, and I'm assuming this is going to be 26 as well. So the 24 is the height of the triangle, and you will need that if you were looking for the total surface area. If you're not looking for the total surface area, you don't need that. All right, so to find P is the perimeter of the base. So all we gotta do is, to find the perimeter, is add the three sides, okay? So this is gonna be what? What are we adding? 20 plus what? What's the left side? What is it? 26. And the other side? Also 26. So when we add 26 plus 26 plus 20 plus 20, I get what? P equals 72. So I just found the perimeter of the base. Now I want to come over here and look at the numbers that I have already used. I used the 26, cross it out. I used the 20, cross it out. The 24, we don't need it because that's the height of the base and we're not looking for the area. So the only number that I have not used is 30. And if I look at it, that's the distance that is separating the two bases. So this right here is gonna be the height of the prism, and that's what the formula stands for. So now all I gotta do is put those numbers in. So lateral surface area equals 72 times what? Times 30. And when I multiply those two numbers, I get 2160 inches squared. Again, if we are only looking for the lateral surface area, look at that 24, because that 24 is extra information. Don't get it confused with the height of the prism. The height of the prism is right here on that formula. We need that 24 if we're looking for the total surface area, and hopefully we have an example like that in a little bit. All right, let's go to number 3. The dimensions of a rectangular prism are shown in the diagram. What is the total surface area in square inches for the prism? So rectangular prism, the formula, the total surface area formula for this is going to be PH plus 2B. So for this one, the first thing you need to do is identify the base. And so we need the total surface area. I don't care which one you picked the base to be. So I'm just going to pick this right here. And of course I have another one, and it's going to be this one on the bottom. And what you want to do is draw this base on the side and label it. So what is the top number? 7.5, and the left number? 5.2. So the bottom number should be 7.5, and the right number is 5.2. Now that we do this, we're going to have to find P, which is the perimeter of the base, and we're going to also have to find B, which is the area of the base. Okay? Now the area of the base, you have to look at the formula for a rectangle. And the formula for this is either base times height or length times width. It's the same thing. And for the perimeter, it's easy. All we got to do is add up all the sides. So for the perimeter, we're going to have 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 5.2 plus 5.2. And that will give us a perimeter of 25.4. Now for the length and width, the area of the base, which is the uppercase B, all we gotta do is multiply length times width, which is gonna be 7.5 times 5.2. And when we multiply that, we get exactly 39. So now we found B, we can plug it right here, and we found P, we can plug it right here. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Now let's go back to the prism, because when we were doing the P and the B, we were only looking at the base. We were not looking at the prism. So now, what numbers have I used? 7.5 and 5.2. So the only one that I have not used is 12. Now if you notice that 12 is going to be the distance between the two bases. And that is the height of the prism. And that's what I'm looking for. And I don't want you to get it confused with this height. This height is for the base only. Okay? They're different. So now let's go back over here for P. What did I find to be my P? 25.4, and my height is what? 12, and then plus 2 times, what is it? 39. Now remember, this is my base, and this right here is my perimeter. If I only want to find the lateral surface area, I only look at this part right here. The lateral surface area will be this part right here. So 25.4 times 12 gives me 304.8. This is 304.8. This right here will be your lateral surface area. But we need the total. And 2 times 39 is 78. And to find the total surface area, all we have to do is add those two numbers, and we get a total of 382.8 square inches. Any questions on this one? Again, identify your base, draw it on the side, label it, find the perimeter for it, find the area for it, then plug in those values into the formula that is PH plus 2B. And the height is the only number that we had not used when we used the base, which is going to be the distance between the two bases in the prism. Number 4 says find the radius, height, and total surface area of the cylinder below. Round to the nearest 100. So the formula, we need the radius, the total surface area, and the height. Some of this is already given to me, okay? So my radius, what do I know about this cylinder? Do I know the radius or diameter? The diameter is what? 22, so that must be, my radius is going to be what? 11. So my diameter is 22. That means radius is half of that, which is going to be 11. Now, the height, that's going to be the distance between my two bases. What is that height going to be? 15. This is my height. Easy. Now the formula for the total surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi RH, which is the lateral surface area, plus 2 pi R squared. All right, so now that I know my radius and my height, I can just go ahead and plug in those values into the formula. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So 2 pi, what's my radius? Times 11, plus, times the height, which is? And when I multiply that, I'm going to round to the nearest 100. This is going to be, the left side is going to be 1,036.7. Then 2 plus the right side, 2 pi. What's my radius? 11 squared. So 2 pi 11 squared is going to be 760.3. Now, if you use the lateral, this right here will be the lateral surface area. But since we want the total, 760.3 plus 1036.7 is going to give me a total surface area of 1,797 feet squared. Any questions on this one? Again, they give you the diameter, divide that by 2, and you get your radius. The height is going to be the distance between the two bases. and then plug everything into the formula. All right, number 5, we have a cylinder that says that has a diameter of what? We have a cylinder that has a diameter of 24 and a height of 5 inches. What is the lateral surface area? And for the lateral surface area, we're just going to use the left side of the equation, which is going to be 2 pi r h. So what do I know about this one? Do I know my radius? No, they gave me the diameter is 24. So my radius is what? 12. Very good. And what is my height? 5. Do I have everything to plug into the equation? Let's do that. So we're going to have 2 pi. Instead of radius, what am I going to put? 12. And instead of the height? 5. So 2 times pi times 12 times 5 is going to give me a lateral surface area of 376.99. So we're going to round that to 377. And these are inches squared. Any questions so far? Number 6, we have a triangular prism, and we are looking for the total surface area. Formula. PH plus 2B. P stands for perimeter of the base. B stands for area of the base. And this H right here is the height of the prism. Or the distance between the two bases. So since this is a triangular prism, what shape is my base? Triangle. So let's, right there, highlight it. Now let's look at the distance between the two bases. Do I have that number given anywhere? Is this the distance between my two bases? Yes, so that right there is going to be my H. Now the formula, first of all, first thing you got to do is you're going to draw that triangle on the side and we're going to label it. So it's going to look something like this. What is my bottom number? 0.8. The right number. 0.3. The left number. 1. Now, do we have any information for this right here? This right here is 0.5, and we need that. Okay? So now let's only look at this, and we're going to find the P, which is the perimeter of the base. And we're also going to find B, which is the area of the base. For the perimeter is the outside. So what do we have to add? 1 plus what? 0.8 plus 0.3. And when you add them, you can use a calculator. And if you don't use the calculator, make sure you line up your decimals properly. You're going to get 2.1. Now for the area of the base, again, we are only looking at this, so we need to formula for the triangle, which is going to be base times height divided by 2. And we are only looking at that right there. We're not looking at the prism right now. So let's look at this one. What is the base? 0.8. And what is my height? What is it? Is the distance from the bottom to the peak, which is 0.5. Very good. Do not use either 1 or 0.3. Those are slang heights. We don't need that. So this is going to be 0.5. So we're going to do 0.8 times 0.5, which is going to give me 0.4. And we're going to divide that by 2. So my B equals 0.2. Any questions so far? Now we're going to come back over here to the prism, and we're going to cross out the numbers that we use. Which numbers did I use the 0.8? Yes. What about the 0.3? Yes. Did I use the 0.5? Did I use the 1? Yes. The only one that I haven't used is the 2.5, and indeed that is the distance between the two bases, so that is my height. So now I'm going to use that formula, pH plus 2b, and plug in the numbers that I know. Instead of p, what am I going to put? 2.1. What is the height? 2.5 plus 2 times, what is b? 0.2. We're going to put it in calculator. So we got 2.1 times 2.5. And that will give me the lateral surface area, 5.25, times 2 times 0.2 gives me 0.4. This right here will be the lateral surface area only, but we don't need it. We need the total surface area. So when we add those two, I get 5.65, and these are meters squared. So what is the total surface area? 5.65 meters squared. Any questions so far? All right, we got 4 more. Hopefully we have enough time. Gonna go a little faster now. Find the perimeter of the base, the height, the area of the base, and the total surface area for the rectangular prism below. So let's look at the rectangular prism. I'm going to call this my base right here. All right, so I'm going to draw this shape on the side and label it. What's the bottom number? 15. And the side number? 12. So with this, I can find P and I can find B. So perimeter is going to be what? 15 plus 15 plus 12 plus 12, which is 30, plus 24, which is going to be 30 plus 24 is 54. So my perimeter of the base is 54. For my area of the base, that's just length times width, which is 15 times 12, which is what? 180. So what's the only number that I have not used? 28. Is that the distance between the two bases? Yes. So that is going to be right here. Now I gotta find the total surface area, and I'm gonna use the same formula. pH plus 2b. Instead of p, what am I gonna put in there? 54. What is my height? 28 plus 2 times, what's the area of the base? 180. So 54 times 28, that will be my lateral surface area. This is 1512 plus 180 times 2 should be 360. This right here, again, this is my lateral surface area. I don't need it for this one. But when I add the 1512, I get 1872, and these are inches squared. Any questions on this one? Again, find the base, draw it, find the perimeter, find the area of the base. The only number that I have not used, that will be the height, which is the distance between the two bases. And that will be plugged into the formula. And that's it. So let's color code this. So this right here is the 28, but you cannot see that. So let's do that right here. And then we have, that's it. All right. Any questions on that one? lateral surface area of the cylinder, round to the nearest 100. So the lateral surface area is going to be 2 pi r h. Do I know the radius? What is it? 15. Do I know my height? Am I good to go? Yes. So 2 pi times 15 times 47. That's going to give me the lateral surface area. 2 pi times 15 times 47 gives me 4,429.645. So I'm going to round to the nearest 100. So my total surface area is going to be 4429.65 feet squared. Any questions? Lateral surface area. These formulas are provided to you on the formula chart. We got 2 more, and we have a few more minutes. Let's say number 9. The base of a triangular prism is shown below. So the base of a triangular prism is shown below, and it says that the height of the prism is 16 centimeters. What is the lateral surface area? We're looking for the lateral surface area. So my formula is just going to be pH. So we're going to need to find the perimeter of this. Find the perimeter, which is going to be what? That's the base. That's the shape of the base. So what do I have to add to find the perimeter? 8 plus 8 plus 9. 16 plus 9 is 25. So my P is 25. My height is given to me in the problem, which is what? 16. So 25 times 16 gives me 400. So my lateral surface area is 400 centimeters squared. So the formula is just pH. Perimeter of the base, which is drawn already for me. And then we multiply by the height, which in this case is 16. Any questions on that one? Probably the easiest one we've done so far. The last one. A rectangular prism has a length of 7, width of 12, and a height of 5. Height of 5. What is the total surface area? Formula. pH plus 2B. So this is easier if you can actually see it. So we have a rectangular prism. So I have my base right here and another one on the back. The height is the distance between the two bases. What is the height? What is the height? 5. So where will the 5 go? Right here. That will be my height. Now it says that the length is what? 7. And the width is 12. Of course, this is not to scale. That is not to scale. So I'm going to draw this and label my bases. I have 12 and 7. So I'm going to find the perimeter and I'm going to find the area. The perimeter, what am I going to add? Very good. 12 and 12 is 24 plus 14, which is going to give me what? 38. And for the area of the base, this is just length times width. 12 times 7, which is going to be what? 84? Now, to find the total surface area, we got to plug the values that I know. So P, what is P? 38. 38. The height is what? I used the 12 and the 7, so my height is 5 plus 2 times what? 84. So 38 times 5, that will be my lateral surface area, but we need the total, plus 2 times 84 is 168. And when we add these two, we get 358, and these are meters squared, and that will be my total surface area. This right here is the lateral surface area. Any questions on that one? Well, I hope that you learned something today. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's ride.